Today, I want to share with you just a little bit of something that I got from the segment that the pastor has been speaking on the last 3 weeks in regards to restoration, rebuilding, decreeing over decreed, and really just taking back what is ours, what is yours. And first and foremost, what I got from it, from my own self, was that when you declare and decree over something, you have to do it with conviction, and most of all with faith. Faith that whatever it is, God will see it through on your behalf. Sometimes, a lot of times, especially with me, when I'm asking God to reveal things to me or to speak to my heart, as in the natural, because we know that we are living in the natural and the spiritual realm. In the natural, we can become a little impatient, and I find that long as we're patient with Him and allow Him to move accordingly to His will for us, that we have to understand that once we come to God with a concern, no matter how it turns out, it may not even turn out the way we want it to turn out, or what our expectations are, but long as we give it to Him, we're having faith that He will take care of it, no matter what it looks like, no matter if we're, because we're always going to be pleased with the result, even though it may not be the way we want it to be, because we know that He has the best interest for us. So remember, whenever you come to God with a concern, along with your faith and your understanding, you also have to trust that He will prevail. And it may not be the way you thought it should be, it's the way He wants it to be. And you have to come openly with your heart and thank Him and say, okay, God, I accept your will, I accept how you want it to be, not how I want it to be. Because when you come to Him with the concern and conviction, He will move on your behalf. You just have to be open to understanding that what He has for you is for you. So that's one thing that I've learned in my Christian journey, to accept and to understand. A friend of mine shared a story with me that he was suffering with asthma, and he explained to me how he always prayed for God to heal him and deliver him from asthma. Deliver me, Lord, deliver me. And then he had a revelation one day about how he spoke to God and he said, God, if it is your will that I do not be delivered from asthma, will I still love you? Will I still worship you? Will you still be head of my life? And we have to question ourselves. If we come to God with something and it's not always what we want, are we still going to love and worship Him the same way? So when he came to that conclusion, he said, God, all I ask now, not for you to deliver me from this asthma, but that you continue to give me the resources to cope with it. And that is how God has done it. God has worked in his life so much that it has not enabled him to work. He is still artistic. He is still doing all the things that he's wanted to do without any hindrance of the asthma. He still has asthma, but God has given him the resources to get through it and work through it. So sometimes when we come to God in prayer, we are praying for specific things, yes, but according to God's will, He may not give us exactly what we want, the way we want it, but He will give us the tools to work with it, where it does not become a hindrance in our lives. And for that, in my Christian walk, that is something also I've had to learn and develop and grow and understand. And I thank God for all the great things that He has allowed me to get through and allowed me to experience. And it may not be the way I wanted to experience it, but He took me through it the way He thought accordingly, and He directed my path the way He felt I needed to go. So that goes back to our faith and our trusting in God, that it may not be exactly the way you want it to be, but He will work you through it, and you will get past it, and you will move forward according to His plan, not yours. So I hope that that is some type of encouragement for the day. I wish everyone a great week. Love you. Until next Sunday. God bless.